Boo.
Too late. We failed. We failed all of life.
Go for it. Play it now.
Now.
Yeah, play it.
Yeah, so obviously timing's an issue for this for me. So it's funny because I used the Tuesday, I used the intro video that we have for spontaneity, or I was so tempting to, and I used the one for the other show instead. And I was like, dang it. So I was like, forget you've seen that. And then I just awkwardly pushed the other one on. So,
no, I love it. It's cool. It's a good.
It's a work in progress.
It's better than most things I start. So great job.
Yeah, I like. So, what is the this? I guess we can make this creative. What is the creative process on getting the video timing correct on this? That's a thing that I need to know.
Yeah, you would need to talk to Dylan. Dylan is in control of all the stuff behind the camera of everything that we do. So I'm not sure how he does it all because he does like 5 of our shows. So I'll ask him and let you know.
What about you, Jeff? You do yours, right?
Yeah, I pretty much click mine on after the go live. And if you notice, 99 times out of 100, you always hear me say go. And it's already starting and I'm talking over it. And Jules like yelling at her niece. And
all right. So what you're saying is this is fine. This is normal.
Oh, yeah. This is better. Up there. Yeah, this is better than normal for most of my shows. So.
Well, I'm going to do a little trick, and you guys tell me what I'm doing. Listen carefully.
You kind of sound like a Muppet.
That's my song starting on the O Show. It's always muffled. It never comes in clear. So, yeah, that right there was exquisite.
All right. Oh, it's exquisite. All right. I like that. That's good. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So we also have an outro video, so we'll get to experience how well that goes. We'll see. It's a work in progress. So we were talking that, yes, these are generic images, cough, Zach, but we want to start doing some things on Talk Creative to Me. That's always been kind of the plan. We've kind of talked about like actually doing some things, but it's kind of like figuring out like, how do we do the things?
Yeah.
What things do we do? When do we do them? Step 1 is to get Tina Marie Trimpert. I'm talking to you on the show. Oh, yes. Last week I yelled at Jeffrey Perini for not being on time.
Yeah, you heard it. I heard it afterwards on the replay. Like, wow.
Yeah. You could have heard it live. You could have heard it live if you were on time.
I like clicking it too. Like, I can't get on.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Well, it happens. It happens.
Technical difficulties. Tina lives in a technical difficult world right now.
She sure does.
Yeah.
Ever since that storm in Texas, she got rocked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I feel her pain. I live in the middle of nowhere. And if I'm at my house, I can't do anything. I've had to do lives from there a couple of times when it's been like a childcare issue and it drops every 2.5 seconds. Frustrates me and everybody else in the free world. It's awful. And I have 2 internet services there. I pay for 2 so I can use the one only from my laptop for it still to kick me off a live stream. And it's a really sad thing that I have going on. But here at my building, we have a little bit better internet here. So.
And apparently timing is of the essence because the last one in is on the bottom. At least I'm on the bottom of my screen. Am I on the bottom of everybody's screen? Damn it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, here, I can fix it.
No, it's okay.
No, he's late.
Oh, I didn't fix it. It didn't fix. Well, all right. Never mind. I can't fix that. I thought it was in the order you added it, but apparently not.
I like doing the zoom in. Jewel loves the zoom in too. I bring us real close and she gets mad.
Dylan hates everything that I do, so it's fine.
I feel you there.
He's like, just don't do that. Don't talk so loud. Just get away from the camera. Like he's always,
Don't be you, Zach.
Just stop being as you as possible.
I get that too. She's like, sometimes you got to stop being you, and that's a little difficult. It is.
Yeah.
So what do we have going on back there?
Oh, this is one of my whiteboards. you know, one of my shows, Talking Upstream, it's a lot of like the creative process of how I need to do it. Some people are like, you know, listeners. Some people are just visual people. I need to write things down. And I have, like, if you look around my house, which I'm not going to show you, but I just have like just thing after thing of just nonstop notes. But I love a whiteboard. It is just a big visual display of what I'm thinking and how to link things back. Because I have that thing where I'm like, oh, what was I thinking about 5 thoughts ago? You ever play a game called Rummy Cube?
Yes.
Yeah. So like Rummy Cube, it's like there's a lot of like little tiles and you put down, you got to keep things in line, but you can use other tiles. So the game is like you can use your tiles if you can kind of work other tiles around. So you have to like think like 5 or 6 steps ahead. But sometimes for me, when I get in, especially in that game or just a creative process, I'm like 5 or 6 steps ahead, but I kind of forgot what step 1 was and why I wanted to be this far ahead. So using like a whiteboard or using something to to jot all my ideas down is great for me. So. But yeah, I'm very interested in doing things. Well, I heard you. Well, I guess I read that you were talking about doing like Pictionary.
Yes, I want to do picture. I think it'd be really fun to do Pictionary with a real artist, like somebody that does art. How fun would that be? Because I'm over here drawing my stick people, and they're like making it look like the Mona Lisa or something. But
yeah. There also something we could do with an artist is we could all decide off screen what thing to draw or create, and then have the artist try to like figure out what it is we're making or judge us on who they think is the best. But yeah, I think there's a lot of really cool things we can do with creative people. We just gotta be creative in our thought process.
I know. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, I even thought, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. It looks like he's got one hair hanging down.
Oh yeah.
No, 2, like 1.5, like 1.5.
It's a Jeff figure.
It's a little Superman.
Yeah, whatever works. But I mean, I think that is something I think would be super fun. Like if we can, you know, come up with some people that are doing these awesome creative things and they're doing them all the time. So obviously they've got pretty good at it. And then we take some type of a fun, interactive concept for us to do with them. And even, you know, people watching, if they wanted to do it as well. I just think that would be fun. I would want to, like, I really like your show. Your show's interactive. I know very little things about, you know, doing anything like that, but I like to be involved with it. So.
Yeah, one thing we also could do is we could film ourselves like making a project, like not live, and then kind of sending those videos together, and then having like an editor put those videos together and like maybe do like a fast forward kind of thing on it. But
like a challenge,
Yeah,
challenge each other.
Exactly.
Well, fine, challenge me. I love challenges. Truth or dare, I was always dare. I'm like dare every time.
Well, yeah, obviously you're a party girl. It shows. You're like dare me to jump off this roof.
Do it. I just want an excuse. That's really what it boils down. I want to do it anyway, but see if somebody dares me, be like, well, they dared me to. You know.
I like how fancy Jeff's getting. He's drinking his beer out of a wine glass now instead of.
Are you?
It's actually soda this week. They're actually. I'm beered out. The last couple of days, I did myself in. I'm good for a couple of days.
All the research, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, just grabbing a fancy chalice to have a cola.
You know, it's funny. These were dollar store glasses, and I just thought they looked neat.
That's a nice glass.
I like this glass. Thank you. I got 2 of them at the dollar store. What the hell?
Yeah, I thought you were drinking a stout or something.
Nah, not today, man. I gotta take the day off. We got an Irish Fest Saturday that our beer is going to be at. So that'll be a mess. I need to rest myself for a couple of days.
He's already preparing for how bad
drink rest. Yeah, I gotta rest my mouth.
Gotta rest my stomach, my inner linings.
Now, do you like the idea of having maybe like off camera challenges that we would do, like film ourselves? Because that sounds kind of cool too, and that's pretty. And then we could just like watch each other's live on the show and see how creative we could be when like making a log cabin out of popsicle sticks or. You know, a new, so, I mean, just something kind of dumb, but like, it would just show our creativity in making that thing.
Something like that is good. Yeah. Another thing we can do is, I don't know if we touch on this, but maybe just like film 15 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever, of yourself, like me sitting here, you know, saying, all right, you know, this week on the Yo Show, I got Maria Daniels because Maria's on Wednesday night. Don't forget the Yo Show. Wednesday night, Maria Daniels. Zach, you have been announced for June. Jewel knows you're coming for June. She's very excited.
It's happening.
I know 2023 is going to be a good year. I finally got booked on the Yo Show. I got a couple years of creating more things to try to get on there. I'm excited. I'm excited.
We have quite a booking process. It's me begging through emails. But yeah, I could just be like, all right, today I've got Maria on, and me looking at another computer. I know Maria likes this and that, and what do you want to talk about? And maybe even like throw Jewel in on some of her ideas and then film it, and then maybe show it here how we do our process. Something like that.
I think that'd be great. I mean, I like the concept. I knew, coming into the show, well, like anything you do new, it's a work in progress. Try to figure out, I knew what I wanted to be like in the future, but it's like the steps to get there is always kind of clunky. And, we've had some guests on, we had some great guests on, we've had some guests that could never get on. We've had all the layers in between. And, that's the reason this week, like I messaged all of you, I was like, let's just do a panel. Let's talk about, kind of reset it to be able to say, okay, this is what our goal is. I still want to be able to bring on some guests because I really love finding out, honestly, the way people think and their why, do they do it like that? Or why, don't they do it like that type of thing? I really love that. And I love to be able to give a platform, to some of these people who are wanting to show the awesome things they are doing. So are you like redressing yourself, Zach? Is this...
I just, every time I look at my monitor's down here, my camera's up here. And every time I look at myself, I'm like, I think my shirt's too big. I don't feel comfortable. I feel very comfortable physically. I do not feel comfortable visually for some reason.
Okay.
I got to cut into that because usually as it's cooler, I wear a shirt under my t-shirt. Now, the last couple of weeks, I wore just a t-shirt, and it does feel like I've got like big hammy arms, and the shirt is all hanging, and I look ridiculous. So I 100% too much neck and too much arm, and I'm like a little kid flapping my arms.
I feel like I'm just showing too much skin here. I feel.
Hey now,
I might have to put something else on. Also, I was thinking about
the shirt.
Yeah, I was thinking about filming something for you, Maria, just to show you something because I think, Jeff, it looks like you have like a studio, right, where you film your show in a studio. And Maria, you, as we know, you have 19 houses, and one of your houses is just a studio. One of your houses is just green screens. But yeah, so you have a studio for your thing. Now, I actually, this is funny, I set up in my living room. So about a half an hour ago, me and my partner were laying down watching Justice League again, and I have to reconstruct my entire living room to put up a TV show, and I record 4 shows on Thursday. So once I set it up, it's pretty much there. So I was thinking about filming myself in like a time lapse video.
That'd be great.
Turning my living room into a studio because I put up walls, I put up lighting, I put up multiple microphones and multiple camera angles. So it is pretty interesting when people come over and I've been filming or recording on a Thursday. It is pretty interesting because I have like hooks in my ceiling to hang different like curtains and walls and green screens so I can.
That's what that's for.
Yeah. Yeah, not like your swing.
Mine really is that.
Sure.
Mine really is that.
I feel kind of good about that because I pretty much film in my basement. I set up a giant table, my computers, and I just line it up, to show my kid's side behind me here. But yeah, it's pretty much just a table. A lot of times I take a picture of the post-show table, and I still have some of the mess left from Tuesday night. A couple of shot glasses, a jar of pickles. I still have a little tankard of undrank beer.
Jar of pickle, a classic Philly dude.
Basketball cards. Yeah.
What is it with people in Philly and pickles?
It's
actually the entire state of Pennsylvania.
The juice. Well, we were doing Jameson Tuesday night, and I can't do it without a pickleback. I can't do it straight, so I need the pickle juice, which was terrific. I'm a big fan.
That sounds terrible.
We overdid it Tuesday night. I even got poor Tiffany Mosher to overdo it a little bit too. It was a good time.
Peer pressure happens. So
Maria, what are some things that you're thinking about changing? Like, I know that you even mentioned having like a guest on later on in the episode so that we can kind of construct it and create things. What are some things that you're trying to like accomplish with the change?
Honestly, I want it to be more interactive because there's so many things to sit and watch. But and there's some great things to sit and watch, but I like to do things too. I'm not one that likes to sit and watch for very long. I'm kind of hyperactive. So like, I like something that, you can actually get involved in and do. And plus, when you're involved in it, you're also committed to it. You're more likely to kind of follow along. And I think that'll do nothing but kind of give a better platform to some of these amazing guests we're bringing on to be able to showcase some of their stuff. So I don't know. That's my thought. It started out just with seeing the need of so many creatives out there not having a platform to be able to do the things they were normally doing, and being able to give them that platform. Plus, I really, honestly, I'm a research junkie. I love to try new things. Like, I love to research it. I love to try new things. At least to say I did it one time, even if after that I'm like, well, this sucked. This was not for me. I still love to try something new. And a lot of people are like that. They like to be able to try a new experience. And I'm very much somebody that preaches on everything being experience driven. Whether it's from a business angle, a life angle, or whatever angle. So, how do we drive those experiences still in a virtual world, which a lot of things are virtual now, is I think kind of being able to show, some of these things that we can do, obviously creatively, because it does take some creative thought to, take your tangible world and turn it virtual.
I agree. Now, do you want to do things that are more instructive or constructive, where we have I'm not sure why this is the first thing to come to mind, but I was thinking of like a paint night situation where we have an artist on that teaches people how to paint, and we can kind of do that together. The only downside to that is because it is virtual, we would need everyone like set up their own station and their own thing. So it is a lot of outside work. And then you get, you might get Jeff who's using crayons instead of, and
whatever works. Right? Make it your own, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
that would be kind of. I mean, we're announcing it now in the air, but I have no problem being the fall guy. Like, if I'm the crown guy whose picture comes out horrible, hey.
I'm not saying you're a bad artist. I was just referring to the pickle eating contest where me and you were the last people to actually like invest in getting a pickle or a pepper. So we had different things. So it's that kind of situation. But are you Maria? Are you also trying to learn new things yourself as well, or is it just about creating?
No, I mean, I want to learn new things. Like I said, I like to try new experiences, and a lot of them I don't know how to do it. And I always jokingly say that sometimes I end up like buying these things to be the person that I want to be. And I've used this example a lot because it's so funny. I decided one day randomly, I'm watching the show and these women are making this quilt. I'm like, I want to make a quilt. Now, granted, I've never sewn really, other than like stitching on a button or sewing a rip or something. Don't know how to sew. I definitely don't know how to quilt. But instead of like finding somebody that did and kind of them walking me through it to decide if I liked it, I just bought a bunch of quilting stuff and I still have it. I need to offload that. So I end up buying these like hobby things for the person that I want to be. And I don't know how to actually do it. But see, I could get it out of my system if it was somebody coming on to say, okay, well, we're going to learn this skill today. I still get to try it. I can figure out, oh, I love it, I hate it, or in between, whatever. But at least I got that experience of trying it. So.
Yeah. So this is an interesting concept, what we're doing right now, because this show is not just about talking to creatives, but in essence, what we're doing is we're trying to create a show live, if you think about it, which is very interesting. So I like that. I think something we could do is we could find things that we can all separately do that would take roughly an hour, and then find a professional or a creative in that world, and then kind of have them on as well. I think that's really cool. I guess the only thing that I would say is the downside is the preparation and the setup beforehand to get those things done. But I'm very interested in, and I'm 100% in. So yeah, whatever we do, I'm in. I like learning. I like teaching. I like figuring things out, and I like new stuff. So I'm excited.
I've thought about those hang-ups, and honestly, that's the reason we haven't started doing it yet, because it's always been in my mind to do it, but it's the concept of how. And honestly, one of the things that got me thinking was I do these meal prep classes from time to time through my wellness company. I used to do them in person, and then obviously, COVID kind of changed that, and people were asking for them again. And I was like, I don't know how to do this virtually. How do I teach people how to do this meal prep? They're prepping it with me, but they're not. So I tried one out, and, you always figure out, what went well, what's going to make it better. And that kind of got me thinking even about this on a creative level too, that, the way that I did is I did do it live. I did it live. Before that we went live though, I created the meals that I was going to prep, sent them, some links on, what they would need to get to be able to make it. So if they wanted to make it live along with us, they could. But that would also give them the ability to kind of watch it live, then go back and watch the replay to do it later if they wanted to too. So we could do that same concept. We can, if we know ahead of time what we're going to do and the supplies necessary to be able to do it live with the person, great, they can do that. If not, they can do it replay.
Yeah, that's all great ideas. One of the things I do that I didn't realize until this past Tuesday how creative it is, because to me it's just more or less getting a rise, being funny, etc. If you've seen the show Tuesday night, I had an orange beard, I had my St. Patty's Day outfit on with the kilt and the whole 9 yards, and people said to me like, wow, like that's pretty like genius the way you do that. Who helps you come up with that idea? It's basically me. And even like a costume can be creative. Like we could pick one day a month we get a theme like Batman's your theme. And let's see how you dress as Batman and Batman characters. Throw on some funny stuff, kind of create your own costume, see how it works. And that's basically what I do on the show. I was Santa Claus. I was Papa Smurf. I was the the Irish guy, the leprechaun from the other day. And it's trivial, it's simple, but Jewel always says every holiday now, she's like, I can't wait to see what you come up with. And she doesn't see it till like a minute before the show. So her reaction is pretty genuine, but it's neat. Even something like that, even a costume or a little throw to celebrate something.
I don't know if you can see this.
Like that is awesome. I could definitely see that.
It's Maria. This is at my mom's birthday party. Me and my sister were sumo wrestler strippers. So we like party boy danced and everything.
Even as simple as today. Like normally I come on the show Thursdays and I got my Flyers hat on. Flyers lost 9-0 last night. It was a conscious effort uniform to not wear a Flyers hat today. And nice. It was a little something.
Nice. No, I love the costumes. Anytime you can throw a costume in there, I'm in. We've had this discussion about how I have a vast array of costumes available. I have them here at my building too. I've got totes of it here at my office building of random blow up costumes, and I have a Michael Jackson wig and glove, and I have all kinds of stuff in there. So fun.
So how do we work costumes into?
I don't know, but I'm in. Yeah, I don't care what the reason is. I'm just like costume, fine.
Yeah, I really think there's a lot to be explored in off-air filming something. I think that would probably be the easiest for us to do, and then find a way to show that every Thursday and have someone kind of help us out or talk us along or judge what we do. I think that might be kind of cool.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. So I started writing some things down that we could do like together separately, like putting together Legos somehow. Like if we all had the same set of Legos and try to put those together, like the painting thing, I think is really cool. I like your idea of putting together like a food prep box. Yeah, I think all those things are really cool. It's just it's going to take a little bit of thought and teamwork to get that together.
Or even a random one, like we pick a topic like survival kit. Yeah. Get 5 things in your house that you would need to survive. Not tell anybody, not give each other any ideas, and just see how creative mentally you could be and like come up with a survival kit. I got Band-Aids, a flashlight, random stuff. Just kind of have a little fun with smaller things.
I like that. I like improv. I love improv.
Same. I wish I was a little sharper at it. I think on my feet, but acting on my feet's a little different.
Yeah. It's definitely easier to sit down.
Yeah. Nice and comfy. But I do like it. And if you get, I say, I mean, if it depends on how, because I mean, there's a level of creativity, taking artists seriously because they want to be, and also having a little fun with them. Like if we get a country music artist on, we all wear like cowboy hats. I've done that before, cowboy hats, or like, what do they call them, the boa ties or whatever. Like come up with a little gimmick. Like somebody like Bex, I think she would have been cool with it. Like, all right, we got a country singer on.
We'll bring her on again.
Yeah.
We'll wear the hat.
Yeah, we'll bring a little country piece into it.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, have her teach us how to play the guitar or something, like a little.
Or line dance, which actually I grew up in Tennessee. So our gym class, and I'm not lying about this, was line dancing.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my first jobs was a Lone Star Steakhouse, and this was about 20 years ago. When certain songs would come on, all the servers had to stop doing what they were doing and get in front of everybody and line dance. Yeah, and that was my life for a couple of years. So.
Wow.
I actually like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not ashamed to say that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's like being at a wedding without all the dumb stuff. So
yeah,
I think they currently have revived it at Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if they still do it. Roadhouse was doing it for a while. Yeah. And it's definitely neat, and it definitely is. It's creative, certainly. You feel bad for some of the people who don't want to do it, that are staring in the sky, but
Yeah, I mean, when you're a server and you got like 6 tables that need something, all of a sudden, She Thinks My Tractor Is Sexy starts playing, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta go bring this order in. Like, oh.
She does. She thinks it's sexy.
Well, yeah, I mean, John Deere's are sexy. Well, okay, Maria, what are some things that you've always wanted to learn then, like that you've never had time to sit down and just learn?
Oh, God. That's all the things. I want to learn all the things. Like I always jokingly say I never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I still don't. I always want to I want to try that. I want to try that. But there's some things like the quilting, and again, going back to the example, didn't know how to do it, got all the crap. I'm like, that's it. I bought all this stuff. It was like hundreds of dollars worth of crap that I just randomly bought, not knowing how to do anything. And I'm sitting there watching the YouTube videos the whole time going, this is boring. I don't want to do this. So, I mean, I think it's one of those things that I still would like to know the skill, how to do it. I just want an instant download for that, because it seems like it's super slow to learn. But I digress. I don't know. I'm open to trying anything, though. I really am. I'm open to trying anything because, how do you really know what you like and what you're good at until you try it? Because there's a lot of things that I would have, never thought. Podcasting is a perfect example. I never in a million years thought I'd start a podcast. And it wasn't until I was doing the speaking engagements that somebody told me, you should start a podcast. I was like, okay, and I did. And I actually love it. It is something that I have found that I enjoy immensely that I never would have even considered trying. So
yeah, that's really interesting, because my partner, something kind of similar, but my partner, because of COVID, obviously we're not doing as much stuff as we used to do, and she has a couple art degrees, so she's a trained painter, and recently she's been doing tiny doodles, and I'm like, you should really get into tattooing, that'd be really cool. Yeah, so then her birthday is this month, so we got her a starter tattoo kit, a stick and poke thing, and she's learning how to do tattoos, and now that's the evolving thing in our place right now is awesome. Okay, we have this mini tattoo studio going on now. So yeah, and that is great. One of the most creative things that I've seen recently. So I'm definitely into learning anything. So especially quilting. I would like to make a quilt, one of those t-shirt quilts.
I still want to make one.
Stupid t-shirts like this one. This is one of those Alderon t-shirt, a weather one where it's oh, it's nice, it's nice, it's nice, then it's blown up. One of those stupid things. My daughter got me that. So I have so many t-shirts, but to make
stupid
a t-shirt.
Stupid daughters.
They're awful. They're awful.
Now. So, you're very self-conscious about that shirt, though. So,
dude, I cannot handle this thing right now. I might have to go get a jacket. Usually, if you see me, I have a jacket on or a hoodie on. I don't normally wear just a t-shirt, but I was a little bit behind today. This Justice League movie came out today, and I had to watch it 3 times, and it's a 6-hour movie. So,
I thought it was 4.
Wait.
6?
I'm kidding. It's a 4-hour movie.
I was like, you sat and watched 18 hours of TV.
I've been up since 1 a.m. watching the same movie over and over again. I'm on the 3rd time watching it, and I had to pause it.
So what? I mean, I'm not judging. I just really want to know, why do you watch it 3 times in a row? I'm not.
Well,
questioning.
No, it's fine. It's fine, and I'm totally okay being judged by how I watch movies. I have a weird addiction with movies, so and it just to put like a little bit of context to it. I grew up with a family that did not really pay attention to me, and they would give me like $5 bill, and they would drop me off. And this is like the age of 7 or 8, and they would drop me off at this dollar movie theater, and I would just give the guy like whatever money I had, and he would just let me stay in the theater all day long, and he would feed me like hot dogs and popcorn, and I would literally be there for hours, and I would just sit in the same theater, watch like different movies. So I grew up with movies, and I don't have any attraction to music whatsoever. So when I'm walking around or doing anything, I'm usually listening to a movie. I love the idea of creating like a world that could just take you away. And the idea of like the television, which is like an alternate universe that just kind of like puts you somewhere different for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, depending. So I have such a fascination with movies in general. Now, every movie that I watch, I have to watch it twice. The first time I watch it, I try to watch it like a kid. I have no, like, I put no concept to it. It's like, I'm just going to let this thing wash over me and just let it hit me. Then the second time I watch it from a movie maker point of view. It's like, why did they choose this scene? Why are they choosing these colors? Why did they choose this background? And I really try to break the movie down. The third time I watch it from a super fanboy point of view. And then I try to look at every little detail that's in the movie and like, why did they choose that from a comic book point of view? What are the Easter eggs they're doing? And I'm someone who likes to break down movies because I feel that every movie is a passion project by somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody made this thing and somebody had a vision. So yeah, I'll watch the same thing over and over and over again to really just get every point of view and every aspect. And I think it makes a better, well-rounded conversation when anyone wants to have that conversation with me. It's like, hey, did you see Justice League? It's like, yes, I have.
Yeah, I did.
I've seen it. I've seen it from
I
every
have
angle.
a PhD in Justice League. Thank you very much.
And there's not many things that I take very seriously, but movie watching and movie conversations are one of them. Every single project that I'm a part of has a movie point of view to it somewhere. Talking Upstream is me creating movies. Twitching Upstream is me creating mini movies or a series. The Real Boys is me talking about my friends' favorite movies that I probably hate. This thing is about creativity, which helps me in my other projects. So everything that I'm involved in is about movies, and I absolutely adore it. Even bad movies, I just love them. I love fighting about them. I like talking about them. I'm a super nerd when it comes to it. And this movie, there's something very special about this movie too. If you think about it, this movie came out a couple years ago, and there's so much behind it. And fans just did not like this movie when it came out.
It got ripped,
and they knew that there was something weird behind it. This is the first time fans have created a concept. Like, this started out as a hashtag, release a Snyder Cut, and it built up so much momentum that another company put in $60 million to have this movie made properly and put out by an actual visionary, because they knew that there was some weird stuff behind it. This movie is remarkable in what it's doing, because it has been released multiple times. Watching it, and I've seen the theatrical one a couple of times now, many times. And there's maybe, if you're a movie fan the way that I am, this Justice League movie, there's maybe 30 minutes of the old movie in this 4-hour movie. It is a brand new movie. It is cinematically beautiful. It's done the right way. And because fans made this thing happen is really interesting. Zack Snyder got 2 budgets to make the same movie. That is so wild to me. But this is a creative project that is just a work of art, and I'm very interested in this thing.
That's awesome.
Not to go off with some Justice League tangent there for a second, but
I thought it was great. I love the backstory.
Yeah, I get the same way with. I'm not as quite as deep as a movie person. I do like watching movies, but I become the same way with music. And I know Zach said you're not as enthralled by music. Now, to me, I'll listen to a song and the same song every single day over and over again in my basement. And my wife's like, the same songs every day, because I like to hear the entry of a certain instrument or the changing of the pace of a song. And I even put a story in my head about how they go a certain direction. the crashing of drums, and even in the car, like I will actually, tom to the drum changes. My wife's like, it's amazing how you have that beat in you, because I like to feel passion in music. Every song to me that I enjoy, that I download, is for a reason. I've got thousands of songs, and every song talks to me in a different way. Good moods, bad moods, energetic moods, working out, all kind of stuff. And that's kind of the same thing you said with movies. Like you look at somebody's creative project and you break it down mentally in your head. It may not be even right. I may be way off about the concept of a song, but the way I interpret it, the way I love it, and what I do with it and all that is, that's me. Music is definitely my soul, the way movies are for you. So I get it 100%.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. I'm the same way with music, which I grew up with music and always been involved in music. And I'm the same way.
You're a terrific singer too, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you.
Don't hide that. It's all over my messages.
I don't even know what started. That's what you missed. That's what you missed earlier. And Tina started singing stuff back and forth. So we were singing songs back and forth to each other, and it was funny. But anyway, yeah, music is one of those things. It's like a language, and
yes,
I can feel the emotion and all the music, and even just rhythms. I play djembe, and rhythms does so much. My son that's autistic, he plays djembe as well, and it's been something that even before he was able to communicate as well as he does now, djembe was always something that he could kind of fall back on if he was frustrated, I could tell how he felt about anything going on by the way he was playing.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I have, I'm an absolute junkie for the Touch Tunes app on my phone. So every time I go to like a local bar, like one of my favorite places, I'll turn on the Touch Tunes, and it's amazing to me how I set songs up. And I look back at my last playlist from the last time I was there, and it is exactly the same, because I like the same groove when I'm drinking. I like some classic rock, some Beach Boys, some Who, some Rolling Stones. Well, I start out, and then later on, as it gets a little later, little Guns N' Roses, little Paradise City, start getting a little harder. And then near the end of the night, I notice it goes back to songs like Closing Time. No, that's usually in the middle. But I go to like Closing Time or Carry On by Fun, like songs that kind of bring a night to a close. And it's just off the top of my head, like I don't even think about it, like, oh, this is a mood song. I just start putting it in, and next thing you know, it's close to the same every time out.
Yeah.
I tell my own story through music.
Well, I do. I think it's a language. It is. It's like a mood ring. And I'd say that sounds like that's how movies are for you, Zach. I never did get into movies a whole lot. I like movies. But my thing is again, going back to the super hyperactive, I don't sit still very well, which is a little bit easier now because you can put it on your phone, your everything. But I end up quoting, like I quote movies, like that's our love language at our house, the sarcasm, movie quotes, it's just how it goes. But I still quote like Tommy Boy and all those movies from back in the day that I feel like was yesterday, because those were my movies.
Yeah. I'm there.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of writing, so I usually have like a movie on in the background, and then at some point, I'm like, type. I'm like, oh, what's going on in this movie? And then I'm just in it. And I'm not usually someone that can sit still for a while, but when it comes to a good movie, if I get caught in this thing and I get taken to the story world that the director and everyone's trying to take me to, and an hour and a half or 2 hours goes by, that is one of the most magical things that I can think of in my life. There's not many things that I can just kind of blink and be somewhere else. And a very good movie, a very good book also. And maybe for Jeff and for you guys, like a very good song can do that. A song's 5 minute long and you could be taken somewhere very beautiful. Now there's a couple songs, like for me, like Angel by Aerosmith. For some reason,
I love
that song, when that plays, I get transported back to being an 8-year-old in Northeast Maryland at like an arcade playing Super Mario Bros. For the very first time. So and that's a beautiful thing that songs can do. The problem is that song ends in 3.5, 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, if a movie can do that to you, you have like 2 hours of this beautiful world that you're just kind of a fly on the wall of. So I understand when people have music relations and they get something out of there. It never connected with me. the way movies do, and they're just such a cool thing. Even bad movies, like, and my wife hates it. Like I'll put a bad movie on at nighttime. Almost every single day, I will find a terrible movie on purpose and just put it on and just wonder, like, why did you make this thing? Like, what was behind this? What was the point of you making this terrible movie? And even trying to find that is interesting to me. So I think that's just my creative outlet, is just finding a place to put somebody in a different world.
I like that.
I got one for you. I'm going to hit you with a terrible movie. I don't know if you might be too young for this movie.
I'm older than you, Jeff.
Are you really? No, you're not.
I'm 42. How old are you?
I'm 49. So you're close.
Damn, you're old, dude. That's cool.
I for like an early to mid 30s guy. But I got to this the other day because I messaged this person's PR to come on our show, and they said that she's in the process of writing a book. Thank you for contacting. Please reach back out in April, May, and we'll see about getting this person on. It's a little bit of a long shot. Susanna Hoffs from the Bengals. And she did this movie called The All-Nighter, which was clearly the very worst movie I've ever seen. I saw it because she was in it and I loved her, but the movie is pure garbage. And I actually came across it when I was trying to message her, and I'm like, wow. And I actually sat through some clippings of it again. I'm like, man, this is just the worst movie ever made. But I did see it twice.
I'm literally going to watch it tonight. I'll tell you, if you want a very bad movie, and I own this movie, there's a movie by Johnny Depp. It's his second movie that he ever made. His first one was The Nightmare on Elm Street. His second movie was called Private Resort. And it turns out that I don't know if you know this, he is actively trying to find every copy and get rid of this thing. He hates this movie. He hates everything about this movie. It is. So if you saw it, you know that it's a pretty bad movie.
It's a very bad movie.
Very, very 80s, very misogynistic. But yeah, it's a very crazy movie. But yeah, I'm gonna check out All Nighter because I like very bad movies. I think there's just something. Yeah, there's something to a story somebody wants to tell, even if it's not a good one.
Sure.
But Jeff, is there things that you wanted to learn how to do? I know that a lot of your time is spent on your show, but are there little things that you've always wanted to learn, just can't find time to do it?
There's a lot because I mean, I'm not a great guy with my hands. I watch people build things, fix things, make things. I'm always like, huh? And then I try it and I'm pretty much like all thumbs. And like even my wife put this little cabinet together the other night. And I'm like, how are you doing that? She's like, I have a screwdriver and a little elbow grease. I'm like, wow. So yeah, like anything building and anything repairing, like repairing always fascinated me too. Like so many things in my house, I could be saving money on fixing if I knew how to fix them myself. And I watch a lot of YouTube to learn how to fix things. So I like watching people that are technically sound and technically smart. Like if we had somebody come on the show one day and say, hey, you're here, show us how you like build carburetors or something simple like that, just to watch their technique. I'm telling you, it sounds silly. And I've been in the car business for 20 some years. I'm still not even good with my hands. So
yeah, I'm interested too. I'm not a car guy at all. I'm like I said, I'm a movie kid. I'm a comic book reader. So the idea of like learning how to do something with your hands is always fascinating. Maria, you have like 19 kids. Are any of your kids interested in like the STEM or the like the computer building kind of thing?
Yeah, Cade, my child that's actually autistic, he's high functioning, but he builds computer games now.
That's awesome.
He builds computer games. He loves all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, that's also something I'm super interested in. Every time I like walk down like that one aisle in like Walmart or Target where it's like, oh, build this robot or put this circuit board together. It's like, I know this is for kids, but I kind of want to do this.
I don't want to do it. Yeah, but it's funny. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say my daughter would make fun of me, but whatever.
No, well, I mean, that makes it better as far as I'm concerned. That's my goal. Whenever my teenagers or my young adult children make fun of me, I'm like, score. I won. But anyway, with him, it was super hard to get him interested in different things. So for people that don't know a lot about autism, they typically get very fixated on, certain things. And for the longest time, the only thing he wanted to do was learn everything there was to know about the solar system. That kid can tell you things that you never wanted to know over and over and over about it. But, I was trying to get him to kind of broaden his horizons on things. And so he really loved playing games on the iPad. He's a beast. He stole my iPad because it's bigger. It was the iPad Pro I got, like the big one. And I got it for work, which I never had to use it for work because he like took it as his very own. But you gotta watch him use his hands. And I don't know if it's just because innately he was like that anyway. or if it's because he plays djembe and he's used to, doing things with his hands. But playing games is crazy watching him do it. But I was trying to get him to kind of try to take another subject in school because we homeschool him now. And I was like, what about like computers? You like computers? I'm trying to talk him into it. So he started trying it. He loved it. So now he's building games and stuff. But, it's really funny. Like you mentioned, I have 19 kids. I don't have 19, but I have 7. So sometimes it feels like that. But they're all so different. They're just so different. And, I was terrified whenever I first started noticing he was, a little more different, than the, neurotypical, child. But he's so much more creative in so many other ways. Like he's taught me just so much about things I thought I knew, but I didn't. And just watching how his mind works is just, he's just completely just blows my mind all the time. But, he enjoys doing all kinds of very creative. He draws comic books. And he started making these, I guess you would call, I don't even know what they got, it's kind of like the Pokemon cards, but they're obviously not Pokemon, they're drawn by him, but the same style card. He started designing these cards and just all these things. It's just neat watching him do that. I didn't teach him how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
Everybody's idea though starts with, one concept can become huge.
I have 7 shows that can prove that. Now, do each of your kids have like a different interest? Are they all like aggressively different and creative?
Yeah, they're aggressively different all the way around. They're just all so different. My oldest one, she's actually in the Navy. She's the one that has one child and another one on the way. But she was always into music, into singing, very much into sports. But she kind of took her, went a different route and decided to go into the Navy. And she's doing great in there. She's an MA. But my second daughter was more involved in the music and actually has considered doing music therapy. So just to kind of be able to specifically work with special needs kids, because obviously she has a brother with special needs and she's seen how much it's really helped him. And we used to do a little class here at my building called Healing Sounds. And it wasn't just for, people with special needs, but it was for just bringing people in, just a drumming circle, because you just feel better. It's just like the energy in the room is just like amazing. Like when you're in there just drumming. And, that's a long, I'm not going to go through all my children. We'll be here forever, but they're all different. They all have different things that they like.
They all have the same end agenda of to torture their mother.
They do. They got their smart ass gene from me. There's a little bit of pride that comes out when they say stuff. Even the 4-year-old, I mean, she will lay it to you. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about having a show with one of your kids? And I'm only asking because my daughter has been trying to get me to make a show with her because she's a lot like me. She's 22, but has the same kind of attitude, the same like real just stupid sense of humor that makes you just hate somebody. And people are like, you two should have a show together. So we were trying to build that. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can handle it because I think that I am a funny person. I think that I'm very nice. I think that I'm,
very
cool.
modest. I was thinking you're pretty modest.
I'm very modest, but talking to her and when everyone's like, oh my God, she's exactly like you. Talking to her makes me realize that I'm probably a jerk. I'm not funny. I think I'm probably just mean. She's not cool at all. And so that lets me know like, okay, I'm not as cool or funny as I thought I was because she is really annoying. But yeah, have you ever thought about having a show with one of your kids or having like any kind of like your children on some of your projects?
So it's funny you say that. The Cade, the one that's autistic, we have a nonprofit that I started back years ago. It was actually like a therapeutic project for me, being the mom of an autistic child and trying to figure out, how to help him just in life. And then figuring out, you hear about a lot of the positive things, like we've been talking about he's great at this and he does great at this, but there's also the really dark sides of having a special needs kid. It's very isolating. We stopped getting invited to family functions because nobody, wanted to deal with, the kid that was going to scream and throw a fit at the age of 4. And I mean, I get it, but there's that side of it. So I started this nonprofit called Beyond the Spectrum to be able to help special needs families with whatever, if it's just to chat, to vent, to get together, to come up with tangible needs. Like we've helped raise money for specific things. And I really didn't push it a whole lot in the past, honestly, partially because I was terrified to go ahead and keep pushing this out there. But I decided a couple of years back to go ahead and really push forward with it. And we're actually doing another 5K coming up next month to raise money for there's a local autistic boy that needs a communication device that the insurance so far hasn't covered it. So we're going to help with that. But anyway, that circling back around to that, what you were saying, one of the things that I think I wanted Cade to do was to get more involved in this nonprofit. If he wanted to, I didn't want to force it, but he came to me and said that he wanted to do a podcast. And I was like, well, what if we did it through the nonprofit? Because I said, you don't always have to talk about the fact you have autism, because he knows. I mean, we've been open with him. I mean, he's going to know. We didn't want it to be a dirty word. I said, and you don't always have to talk about having autism. You can talk about the things you like to do, the things you're learning, and then you're able to show, other people that they can try new things too. So he's going to be doing that. We're actually going to record an episode this weekend. And I've been pre-prepping him for a while on it. Because with a lot of people with autism, you have to kind of lay out, well, this is what's going to happen. This is what you're going to do. So he's ready to record. He actually asked me yesterday, he said, can we record this weekend? I said, we can record this weekend. So we'll see how it goes, but we're going to go ahead and just jump in and do it. So it'll just be on the Beyond the Spectrum page, but we'll see how it goes from there. So he's excited. So, and he got to do a game. He did, like, one of the other podcasters posted they were going to be playing Among Us on Discord the other day. And he got to play with them, and he was on cloud 9. I mean, completely on cloud 9. He thought he was so cool because he got to play with the other podcasters on this game, and it was cute.
That's cool. Yeah. I McMahon. What about you, Jeff? Is your wife has what's her creative outlet? What's the thing that if you had to do a show with her, what would that show consist of?
A lot of talking. A lot. You think I talk a lot? You got to see her in action. But she isn't, and she always said that the key goal to marketing, and I'm sure Maria might agree with this, and she tells me, and she says I'm good at it, the key to marketing is marketing yourself first. Before you even introduce a product or a show or anything of that nature, people have to like you, or even, I know it sounds weird, but even on a show, dislike you to a certain degree that you've piqued their interest of. Let me hear what this jerk, or let me hear what this awesome person has to say. So she said, you always put your personality out there first. And if it had to be a show about us, it would be her kind of teaching people their inner strengths, what to talk about, how to promote themselves. Even though when you see her in action, you swear she's just doing it on the fly because she's so fast with her hands and her talking. But she said there's definitely a madness to her method. And to me, that's like a method to her madness, rather. I got that backwards, but you get me. So
there's a madness to her method.
I admire her creativity and just being able to free-formingly build a conversation like just off of that. Yeah. Pretty well. Zach, cool. Your shirt is killing me, man. I see you keep pulling at it.
I hate it. I am
You're
so
like a neck show. You got like shoulder.
Make it like an off the shoulder shirt.
It looks like a off the shoulder shirt at this point.
I don't know what happened to this shirt. I don't know. Like, I didn't even realize. I mean, I might as well. Like,
you could do a shirt like mine. You could do a shirt like mine.
No, your shirt. No, your shirt's super cute. My shirt is apparently just trash. We can make it. Don't understand what's happening here.
I feel a little bad because Maria was telling a story about her son, and it's very serious. And I mean, and also I'm like, I chuckle because I'm watching.
I know. I was watching too. He was like,
I hate it. I'm just gonna shut my computer and not even look at it anymore. Like, I cannot stand this shirt. As soon as this thing's over, I'm literally gonna I'm just gonna rip it off and throw it away. I'm gonna like take a picture of it and send it to my daughter. I'm like, this was a stupid shirt. Don't buy stuff like this for me anymore.
I see an 8th show coming. Zach's shirts. I love it.
So uncomfortable.
It's like the thing is I mean, it looks like the neck's a little stretched out, but I feel like it's because you keep pulling on it. You're like a child.
It's making me uncomfortable.
It's like you know how kids are like, it's too tight.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, get rid of it. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to get rid of the show, and now like this friggin' neck is like it's like it's a U neck. It's not even a V neck anymore. It's like down in my belly button. I can't handle it. I almost feel like the shirt's upside down.
They call it a scoop neck.
Scoop neck.
Like
I don't want it. I don't want it.
He reminds me of like a 12-year-old kid at a wedding who's trying to get that tie off for all
Yeah.
Mommy, please.
It's the opposite. I would be so comfortable if I had a tie on. I love wearing like tight collars and ties.
So do I. I like suits and ties on it. I enjoy that.
I made a mistake wearing a t-shirt today, and I regret it. And you will never see me in a t-shirt again.
Oh my God, that is
all right.
I can't. Oh my God, that was great. Great few minutes.
I'm so upset.
I wear t-shirts all the time.
I have like a smock on.
Like the old 50s maternity shirts.
Oh my God.
I wish there was anything around me. There's just blankets everywhere.
You could do like a Roman thing.
What's that? Just put a blanket, just wrap a
blanket, like tie it. Yeah.
That's true.
It's just
a bunch of quilts and Afghans for some reason.
That's a good creative improv. What do you have around you that you could use an article of clothing? I got this Ron Hextall jersey, even though it's autographed.
I've got my green screen. I could tie that up.
I might as well just put this green screen on. just wear this thing instead of.
I've got
that's perfect. You're a floating head.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I can't get around my neck.
I'll just do that.
There you go. That looks like you're at a restaurant getting ready to eat a fine meal.
Yeah, I'm about to eat like a lot of lobsters. It's like the only thing to give you bibs for anymore is like when you have lobster. So yeah, this is better. I'll just be a floating head in a library.
If you go into a lobster house with that shirt on, they will not give you a bib. If you'll just fall right down the front.
Yeah, I know. They're like, shirt. Can you put a second shirt on? That's not really a shirt. I can see your entire chest. Hey, this isn't so bad though. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, you're right. You like the floating head. I like that.
What's that? What's the Disney movie with Eddie Murphy in it?
A Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion. That's what it reminds me of. That's what it reminds me of.
Especially when you're in that that fancy library backdrop. It's actually perfect.
Yeah, this is where I do all my writing in this library.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's very Hogwarts-like, though.
I do all my writing in my my master bedroom's bathroom. I said the bathroom, just type out my show thoughts. So
whatever works.
That's where I do all my reading, in the master bedroom bathroom.
It's like the quietest room in the house.
Yeah, I know. Well, sometimes it is the loudest room in the house.
That was a good follow-up. Touche to that.
So,
all right, Maria, what do you want to do next week? What's the creative thing you want to learn next week? And then we can spend a week thinking on how to do this properly.
You know what? I think we should each come up with an idea on what the other person should try to do.
Oh, that's pretty
intriguing.
Cool.
So,
should we assume that Tina's going to be here or not?
I guess we could just come up with an idea for her. Like each of us will be coming up with 2 ideas. So I guess it'd be 3 ideas. So for the other people to do.
I got Tina's idea already, and I'm going to give her a head start.
Yeah,
is it
a good stream that works?
Yeah, learn how to connect to the Wi-Fi.
There we go.
I'm the most technically ignorant person on earth, and my face is here for a solid hour.
It's true. Okay, so we'll think of one thing to challenge the other host with. Okay, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So,
cool.
and I think it could be it'd probably be better if at least you can do something, during the show. But even if a portion of it has to be recorded and then posted later, that's fine. Because I don't want to limit us to only things that we can do on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be good that we can each so we each will be coming up with 3 ideas. So it's almost like a twist on the truth or dare type of thing, except we're only getting dares or being dared to do this. And it's not going to be anything weird, weird. So it'll just be creatively based. I decided I was going to go farther with that. I was like, no, just less is more, Maria.
I kind of want mine to be weird.
I was going to say that's Jeff's show.
I think that I'm fine with weird to a certain extent. There's boundaries to my weird, but
I got one for me already. You guys can challenge me to being unfunny or trying to be funny for 5 minutes.
Be serious for 5 minutes. Yeah,
never gonna happen. I can't
be serious.
I can't. My wife says that you're trying to be serious and yet you're still smirking.
Well, it's like on that episode of SpongeBob. where he's like, where he has to be normal SpongeBob. Do you ever watch SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay. You know where he has to be normal and he's all normal? Yeah. There we go. That'd be you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to start thinking of ideas because I don't know.
I have lots of them.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I'm an idea machine.
No, I've heard some.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I've heard some of Maria's out.
I think in this department, I think I'm outmatched by both of you mentally in this project. I really do. I think the two of you are going to burn my head, and I'm going to be like, Zach, count to 10. I don't know.
No, Maria has some crazy ideas, so
I know.
I'm excited about this because her brain works in a very interesting way.
Yeah, and it's funny when you're doing the talking upstream stuff, and like I try to hold back because I don't like. There's a lot of people that don't know me, and they're probably like, "This chick is really weird." Because I'm like, "Oh, you can do this, or you can do this, or you can."
Yeah,
do that.
I love it. I think it's great. Like when you put one of those comments down, I'm like, wow, I would have never thought of that.
my brain just, I don't know. It's messed up.
Yeah,
it's crazy up in here.
I'm excited for this challenge.
Bougie food. I'm excited for the challenge stuff.
Yeah, bougie food. You know what? That's the one thing I am willing to argue to the death on. It's fine. The fact that some of these pictures, it's like, which one do you want to get rid of? And it's like, then they show the tacos. Those are not tacos. Those are not tacos. Sorry.
Yeah, if you ever do eliminate one of these things post, Zach, make sure you block Maria from it.
I'm like, none of these are food. This is crap. Yeah. I want this. I am. It's funny. Like I think I
would never eat any of those. So
I wouldn't. This is a really sad truth that I have. That me and my husband went out of town just overnight, just to Columbus, which is only 2 hours from me, and we spent I think like almost $700 in food bills because we're very bougie and we were trying these different food places and having different drinks, and that's where we spend our money. We're completely frugal, 9.9 times out of 10. But when it comes to food and alcohol, we're like top shelf on Oliver. We're like super. He's like, what is wrong with us? I don't know. We got to do these. We do. There's something wrong. We're like, ooh, let's try that. Ooh, let's go try a little bit of this. And we do. It's bad. Very bad. But all right. So if there's anything else, floating head, Zach with a K, anything else you want to say to lead us out? It is 4:01 p.m.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging in there. This is a weird one. I'm very sorry that my shirt was improperly fit, and I'm going to talk to my stylist about it as soon as I get off this stream. Anyway, you can find me at a bunch of places. Talking Upstream on Sundays. You can find a live version called Twitching Upstream. You can see me on Mondays on a show called The Real Boys, which is a new one. You can find me on Wednesdays with my show Netflix Metrics on the Jeff Dwoskin Show. Obviously here when I get to talk creative to me. But anything you can find on somenobodies.com. It's a great website, and there's creative stuff and not as good as what Maria can do, but it's still creative. So check it out.
All right. Yep.
We are more than excited to announce this Wednesday night on the Yo Show on YouTube, Twitch, 100% live, Facebook on the Stoop Radio Network this Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern live. Maria Daniels will be our very special guest. We are super excited for that. She's in my house this time, so we get to get that deep down crazy side of Maria, which I can't wait for. Check us out.
Excited.
I'm very excited. Jewel is excited. We are stoked. Hello to Jewel Tatey. She's having her wisdom teeth surgery tomorrow, so prayers, of course, for that. It's an ugly scene. I feel bad for the poor girl. But check out the website, www.theyoshow215.com. Check out gallery of past guests, upcoming guests, and the latest episodes. Of course, as you know, Zach will be with us in June. Maria will be with us this Wednesday. So, we love having podcasters on because you guys know how to hold your own. You get some celebrities that get a little bit of like, and then we get like, I know. There'll be limited to no script. Absolutely not. So tune in. Wednesday night's Dio Show. We just surpassed over the past year. I did all the numbers. 100,000 views and listens over the last year since the pandemic. So thank you to everybody that watches us. And of course, I'll have to calculate the numbers in here. Thank you for everybody that tunes in to Talk Creative to me. Thank you, Maria and Zach, for putting up with me every Thursday. Just about every Thursday. Just about.
Almost. So, okay, yeah. I'm glad to have you all on. Sorry that Tina, you wasn't able to be here with us because of your crappy internet, but we missed you.
She hates us.
I know. But I think she loves us. So I think she loves us. Love hates us. I don't know how you would say that.
Love hates us. Love-hate relationship.
There you go. Perfect. So I'm Maria Dans with Successfully Chaotic, and you can find me at successfullychaotic.com. And
this is for Tina.
There's for Tina.
Hi.
We'll be excited. And we didn't set up a Patreon first. We'll have to do this again.
Yes.
So, all right. And we're going to try our outro. Let's see how this goes. So until next week, Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You need one here. Floaty hand in the head. Yeah. See what we're going to have each other do if you never really know. So, all right.